I'll tell you what, band seniors are the worst. Right? They get real righteous. They get real righteous. It's like, they're like this. They're like, you know, the band will have one of those attitude slumps where it starts to go, and then they're like, okay, it's my senior year. This band is not going to be the same without me. And everybody's like, we know. Seniors even walk different than other people. They do, man. Most of us, we get to where we're going, we walk like this, right? When you're a senior, I don't know, something happens in your blood or something. It's like, I haven't done this for a long time. It's like, I haven't done my senior walk. It's like, see if I got to really become a senior here. Then they always tell you, excuse me, I'm a senior. Tell the teachers, I'll not be attending any classes this year. I'm a senior. You know, oh, God, it's like that, you know. So I like to sort of get past all that stuff. It's interesting when I walked in here watching you. Now, I know what's going on, man, because I do this stuff all the time. Girls are checking out the guys, guys are checking out the girls. That is prime important. I don't care what goes on during the day. I'm going to check out girls. Y'all have that little voice that talks to you? Oh, my God. Hey, over there. Woo. Not bad. Girls are the best. You girls are much better. You're better than the guys. That little voice talks to you all the time. I don't care what you call it, ego or subconscious, whatever. It's like, hey, look up. Oh, he's fine. Fine. What a hunk. Woo. You know girls have a double rating system for guys? They do. Guys have a single rating system. I don't want to give the girls away. I don't want to embarrass you girls, but guys have a single rating system for girls. Guys will stand around and look at girls. They'll give you a number. It's like, she's a 6, man. Then all the guys argue about how lenient their scale is. That's what they do. A 6? You give her a 6? What, did you give a dog a 9? You know, and then they argue. But girls have a double rating system for guys. They give him 2 numbers. One when he's coming forward, and a second one when he's going away, like that. No, don't worry, it doesn't get serious. I hate serious stuff. I just, you know, you can have so much fun, and you can work so hard until somebody starts yelling at you. It's like band directors. If you're gonna make a mistake, make a loud one. Now, they don't mean that. Because the minute you make a mistake, they crucify you, right? The F-sharp! So I'm going to play some games. I love to play games, give stuff away. I'm talking about this little boy so bad. Now, I'm going to tell you what. If I would have come in here like you, first place, I probably wouldn't have come. I mean, my mind is off normal because I'm a drummer, you know, so I'm, you know, everybody else is normal, then there's drummers over here, right? Okay, everybody on the bus. Where's the drummers? Oh, they forgot again. So I have a lot of sympathy for drummers. Now, I'm going to do something here, and I know if I was you, and if I would have come, the first thing I would have done, I would have gotten the back row, because I would have been so scared and so embarrassed, and I would have surrounded myself with my friends to have protection. In fact, I would have probably held on. Ah! Now, I'm going to tell you what. We're going to move this thing fast, but the way it works in band, oh, don't you ever get tired in band of doing it over and over and over? You know, you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again, and then comes the famous band director lie. Okay, kids, just one more time, right? You know, whenever they say that, you got an hour and 20 minutes to go. Now, we got a bunch of empty seats down here, and I will tell you, I'm going to start putting responsibility on you right away. As soon as I get all these seats full, and I get, so we aren't clear at the back, and I get all of you down in this area, and we might have to use that row up there, I'm going to go on. Now, I'm going to tell you the first thing that's going to happen. People are going like, I got to move? No, you don't have to move at all. But I will stop the session if we can't get these seats full. Now, if you can get them full, where's my, I always play games for money. I love money. I love it. I'm serious, man. That's great stuff. Let's see how much money we got here. Let's see. I play games all the time. There's games going on. Let's play for $100. That's a good start. I'll take it. Tim, you need me to hold that for you? Okay, now you watch what happens. Now, I'm willing to give the group $100. Now, here's the rules of the game. I'm going to give you so many seconds to get this done. If you get it done, you get the $100. Now, I know what you're going to say. You won't give it to us. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Okay, now I got to get all the seats full from the front to the back. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, got to get it down there, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, isn't this great? 23. Now, I'll tell you what's going on right now. Okay, first the $100 you just lost it. I'll tell you why. You're like, ah, crap! First of all, there are empty seats, and it's incredible to me that the rest of you don't take any responsibility for those empty seats. You're like, well, I got my butt in the chair, man. Somebody else go do it. There's an empty seat right there. There's 3 empty seats right there. There's an empty seat back there. And everybody acts like it's somebody else's responsibility. It's not. And it just cost you all $100. I gave it away the other day, by the matter of fact. I had a hot group, man. And I said, I'll give you the count of 10. These kids are like, zoom. I mean, they did it like in 6 seconds, and they're looking at me like, money. Okay, I'll play next game for $20. What happened to the 100? You just lost it. You see, nobody ever tells you this. Somebody's going to tell you sometime. I'm going to tell you what. You lose more games because you don't play wide open. Everybody's so scared of everybody else. Boop! Let's have some fun. I hate it when people don't have fun. I'll put this over. Now watch, I'll leave this over here. Somebody will steal it. Watch, let's go. Oh, my God! Ah, I can't sit by anybody I don't know. What if I throw up? Did you ever throw up and have it come out your nose? Ah! Ah! Oh, you girls. Oh, you girls make me... Sometimes you girls, oh, you're so proud. Oh, that's horrible. The only possible way you could have laughed at that is to have done it. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Now, you know we can't go any faster than the slowest person. That's the way band works. Whoever the worst person is, that's the pace of the band, because the band director keeps going back over and over and over to that person. So I was doing the set the other day, and there's this kid sitting in. I'm not even sure I can do this like he did it. Now, every band breaks down like this. And you will break down like this, too. 10% of you in here are leaders. 10% of you, and sometimes you leaders make me a little sick. You know, you'll volunteer for anything. Who'd like to lick the transmission of the bus? I'd be delighted to do that. Anybody want to clean the toilets? Oh, me. Oh, here. Guys! Do you have those people who make straight A's in your school? I remember this one, a leader, a perfect leader. Her name was Patsy Crewman. Woo! Patsy was a leader. And all the teachers would go, we wish you could be more like Patsy. We're like, we're going to kill Patsy. She always got straight A's. And she would always, you know, she would brag about it. Now, I got great F's in my life, man. I mean, I was some good F's, man. And I never liked to get F's, but I'd get them. You ever notice when teachers give you an A, they'll take a little pencil and they'll go like, A. You get an F. Red magic marker. That wide. Ah! Redo! So I'd always get these papers back. I'd get like an F or something. Oh, gosh, oh, dang it. And my little voice goes, you're so stupid. Tim, what a jerk you are. You know? And I'm like, oh, shoot, man. And Patsy was always looking. She'd always be like, Then after class, she would come up in her hallowed glory, and she would go, Tim, what did you get on your test? Now, she knew what I got because she looked. Now, I won't lie. I just refused to lie. Patsy, I got an F. And then she'd act real concerned. Oh, you'll probably not get into any college. So now, you know what I have to ask her now, don't you? You know why she asked me that, because that's only half the conversation, isn't it? Now I have to say, Patsy, what did you get on your test? And then she would glow. Halos would come out. Rainbows off the top of her head. Angels would sing. A full string orchestra behind her. La, da, dee, dee, dee. She'd go, I got an A. I studied 3 days to get my A. Patsy, I didn't crack a book to get this in. So 10% of you here are leaders. I don't worry about you leaders. I could stand up here and I could read out of a book and those people would get something out of it. I mean, I could read like a dictionary and they go like, that really meant a lot to me. You know? So I don't worry about those people. Then 80% of us are followers. That's most of us. What time does the bus go? Mr. Miller, do you want us to bring our home? Do you ever get one of these? You ever get one of these? Band director gets real upset. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. The bus is pulling out of here at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, this bus is pulling out. If you're 1 second late, you're staying home. And you're in big trouble, right? 7 o'clock, that bus is pulling out. Okay, now before we go, do I have any questions? What time's the bus leaving? You don't have to worry about followers. They get it after a while. Should we go eat now? Is there a break? Am I supposed to go to the bathroom now? They just follow around. Then there's this last 10%. These are the people I call zip heads. These are people who get attention by never having a good time. Something's always wrong. So the other day I was doing this session, and you know zip heads have a trainee program. They're teaching other people to be royal jerks, too. So I'm going around, everybody's having a good time, except this kid. Now, I'm not even sure I can do this like he did. He's sitting there, and you always communicate by your posture. He's sitting there like this. Now, I'm talking about funny stuff. I'm talking about, well, did you ever take a booger out of your nose and play with it with your hands? Like, you know, and everybody'd laugh, and he'd go like, I mean, he was just so put upon. I mean, it was just so much for him. So I went for about 2 hours. And finally, I mean, everybody was ready to go and have a good time except this kid. Now, I can't go without him, just like in a band. I mean, if the whole band goes this way and one person goes this way, you spend all your time with that person. So he's sitting there, and everybody else is really having fun except this guy. He's like... So finally, I was right over the top of him. Now, rarely do I get upset, but I was right over the top of him. And I said, you! Now, this kid lost it. He's like... Then he remembered, uh-oh, that doesn't look cool. So he laid back down. He's like, me? And I said, yeah, you. I said, why do you act like that? I said, you know what? I'll bet whenever the band director says something, you got a smart comment to make. I said, I'll bet you're the last one to rehearsal. And I'll bet whatever music they want to play, you want to say something. And I'll bet every time somebody turns their back, you've got something going on. Now, the whole band's go like, yep. This kid's a senior. And I said, you obviously know more than I do. You obviously are not having a good time. And you must know how to do it better than I do. So, partner, stand up and take over. It's all yours. He says, I don't have to. I said, yeah, you do. Because I'm quitting right now. It's yours. You win. You won the game. You're more negative than I am positive. You win. You take over and entertain the group. I said, stand up. He goes, oh, I'm not standing up. I said, yeah, you are. Well, he stood up, and when he stood up, you ever watch guys when they try not to cry? All guys do the same thing. Girls, you can spot it a mile away. When guys are trying not to cry, we all swallow real fast, blink our eyes, and suck our tongues. It's like this. They all go. And their eyes fill up with water. Do you ever see it? So this kid stands up, and he starts going, I said, go ahead, pal. It's all yours. And the band, I mean, the room did exactly what you did just now. It went like... And the kid started crying, and the tears ran. I said, why do you act like that? He said, it's the only way anybody will give me any attention. This is a senior. And I said, so you ruin it for the whole group? And the whole band's like, And then I looked at the rest of it, and I said, why do you let him do it? You let him do it. You let him control the whole group. He's controlled 2 hours of your time, and nobody said anything, you know? So after I left, I thought, oh, that was a dumb thing to do, Tim. You embarrassed him. Oh, my, now he's never. And then I got a letter from the band director that said, Tim, this is the 3rd year you've been at our school. This is the best session yet because you actually addressed the problem. Now when something goes wrong, we know who it is. So since that time, that was last July, since that time, in every session, I always pick out that person who's the weakest in the session. Look, a little voice going, no! No! Daddy could be me! Well, if it's you, let's get it handled. It's like having a sore tooth. If it's you, let's go in and yank it out. Get rid of it. I know what you're thinking. You wouldn't. I do. I mean, those people are just like big boogers. I want to get them out of there. Get them there. That's what I tease about you girls. You girls are so great because you're so proper about everything. Do you ever watch girls change their posture when guys are around? You know, like, guy walk around, they'll be like, I mean, you're so readable. See, girls act like they're above that kind of stuff, like picking your nose and stuff like that. They act like they're above it. You're not above it. You pick your nose. Everybody does. You have to. I like this. 3-year-old little boy walking around, he's like, yeah. Mother goes crazy. Ah! You come here. Don't you want to be a success in life? Uh-huh. Then you should never pick your nose. Don't ever, ever pick your nose. Now, that's a dumb thing to tell a kid because you know you all have to. You cannot leave that stuff up in there, see? But when girls pick their nose, they act like it's not picking their nose. You ever watch them, guys? See, guys, they're like, yeah. Girls will put a little handkerchief or Kleenex over their finger. Looks like an upside-down parachute or something, you know? I love them because they're so feminine about it, and they're like, now, all of a sudden, that's not picking your nose, right? Looks like a skirt's dangling out of the bottom of their snout or something. Or like somebody took a badminton birdie and went, shut up. That's not picking your nose all of a sudden. Oh. That's great. Guys are different, right? Third knuckle to the brain. Let me ask you something. If it's so terrible, if it's so disgusting, how come we always watch people do it? Stoplights are the best place in the world. Right? You pull up at a stoplight, man, people are into nasal exploration. Used to have this guy in our class named Elmer Pate. Elmer Pate was in there. And Elmer used to say 6th period algebra to, you know, go into the caverns of life, you know. And here's what you do. Now, here's what you do. Here's what you do. You're sitting in this boring class. The only person who's paying attention is Patsy Crewman. Remember her? Straight A Patsy. She's sitting up there listening like she's interested. Everybody else is like, nah. Finally, Elmer decides, now's the time. Now, here's what you do. You're like, but you keep watching. That's not bad enough. You always have to tell somebody. Look. Pretty soon the whole class is watching him. Except Patsy, she's still listening. He's like, you always tell when Elmer hits pay dirt, because he's like, big decision now, right? I know. You said, what has any of this got to do with band? I'll tell you what it's got to do with band. You can't build a great program until you get rid of all your properness to start out with. I hate those people like, I'm not going to do that. Well, then don't be in the band because you ruin it for everybody. That's just like this kid. I would have hated him to be in my band because he would have ruined it for me. So today, if you're real proper, I'm going to pick you out because you'll ruin it for everybody. And I don't want to go through the whole day and not have a good time. What a horrible thing to spend a Saturday not having fun. That would be terrible. I just want to have a good time. Now, I had 20 bucks here somewhere. There it is. What do we have to do to get it, Kim? I love failure. I wish, you know, they have honor roll, A club, high honor, dean's list. Where's the F club? You know, I wish we had it, man. Nobody, I got an A, I got an A, I got an A, I got an F. I love it. Nobody, oh no. And teachers, they act, listen, I'm going to tell you what, you can't succeed unless you can fail. We've taught you not to fail. Little kids fail, man. You watch a little 2-year-old fall down, they get right back up. Man, we fall down, we're embarrassed. Oh my God, anybody see that? Oh my Lord. I like people who fail. I wish we had F clubs. I do, man. I would get so excited about that. I could have been in it. I could have been in it. But people, I mean, you get embarrassed. You're like, you know, you get the test back or something, and it's like a D, and we've taught you to feel bad about that. Nobody in this room has any right to feel bad. You're alive. You can feel good, you know. And you get the test back, you get a D, and a little voice says, "You're so stupid." Now, everybody's got this little voice. Don't tell me you don't. It's like, I'm not stupid. You are too, you're dumb. I just didn't study. You never study. I just didn't get a chance. You're so lazy. I'm not lazy. I hate this stuff. Okay, go ahead. Hate it, and you'll be a big flop in life. I won't either. I'm smart. No, you aren't. Why don't you get good grades? Oh, I told you I didn't have a chance to study. You never study. I'll study tonight. No, you won't. Yes, I will. You will not. You're lazy. Okay, I'm going to study tonight. No, yes. And you finally tell yourself you're actually going to do it. Now, I don't know how it works for girls, but I can tell you how it works for the guys. Here's what you do. Older guys know this. Take the books. About once or twice a semester, you actually convince yourself you're going to study. No more than that, right? Take the books, go home. Walk in the house. Now, you can't start studying until you do what? You got to do something first. Eat. Mongo, what food? I love it, man, because you go to the... Isn't it amazing? Mothers can go to a grocery store, spend $200 or $300 and not buy one thing you can eat. Right? Mom, did you go to the store today? I just went to the store. Oh, great, man. And you open the refrigerator and you're like, can't eat any of this stuff. Did your mother yell that stuff from the other room? Mothers do this. You open the refrigerator door, you're standing there, and you're like, mother screams, "Close the refrigerator door!" She says, "You gotta let all the cold out!" Mom, I close it, it's gonna fill up with cold again. So you're looking at her, you're so hungry, it's like, God, man, I've gotta get something to eat. I'm not touching that, that's been there a year. They buy, you know what? Do you ever see the stuff they buy? They'll go spend all this money. They'll buy stuff like flour. What are you supposed to... Hey, Mom. Margarine. What? Hey, Mom. My favorite. They never buy Doritos or Hostess pies or anything like that. So, you know, you're looking there and you're like... Uh-oh. I haven't seen that before. Piece of tin foil. Let's see what we got here. That looks weird. Doesn't stink. Must be okay. Oh, off you go. Next thing you hear, mother's glowing voice. Did you see the tuna fish casserole that was in the tin foil? You're like, I ate it. You ate it! That was our supper! What am I supposed to do now? You want it back? Now she's mad. Mothers know how to do this next thing. Mothers get mad. They know how to do this next thing. Mothers and cafeteria cooks can fix food so it'll do physical abuse to your body. Macaroni's one of the best. Did you ever notice at school, you eat macaroni, you're starved, you eat macaroni, it tastes so good. You're like, yeah, this is delicious, you know? And you get up to walk away and it's like, whoa. Or you're sitting in the next class and it grows inside your stomach. Like the macaroni's going like, roar! I mean, it really hurts you, man. So now now she fixes macaroni. You've eaten the tuna fish casserole. You've eaten the macaroni at 6 o'clock. Your little boy says, "You jerk. You've already wasted 3 hours. You're so lazy." "I'm going to study now." "No, you won't." "Yes, I will." And you go in, you sit down, and you open the book, and you start to read, right? So, the world's civilization in 19... I'm thirsty. Same here. Don't you do that? Get something to drink. I'll feel a little better. Get something to drink. Little boy says, "You know, now you think this ego's your friend. You think it's your buddy, right?" Says, "You know what? You really don't want to study, do you?" You're like, "Oh, no, I need to study. I told you I was going to." "You know, why don't you just relax a second? Why don't you watch a TV show? Go ahead, watch one. That's a half hour. No big deal." "Okay, just one." "Yeah, that'd be fine. You watch one." Now, look what it just talked you into doing. Did you ever try to watch one? You can't, can you? Because the people who are doing the TV thing know, in the middle of the show you're watching, they'll put the advertisement for the next show. It's like, you know, Dynasty or Knots Landing, you know, one of those real... You're like, no, I gotta see that, baby. You know? Or they'll say, it'll be like, sex during the teenage years, what it could mean to you and your future. You're like, ooh, I gotta see that before. You know, you watch it. Pretty soon it's 10 o'clock at night. Little voice says, you jerk! 10 o'clock. I told you you wouldn't study. You're so lazy. You're like, I'm going to study now. No, you won't. Yes, I will. You go in, you sit down, and I don't know how it is for the girls. I can tell you this is the way it is for the guys. You open the book, and you get the pencils, and everybody in the rest of the house is going to sleep. The house is like just total quiet. And you're like, I'm reading, and you're reading, and you're reading. And pretty soon you go back 2 or 3 pages, and you go, did I read this? I can't remember this. The voice says, you know what? That's because you're too tired. What you need to do is go to sleep now and get up early in the morning. When you're fresh! And you buy it. So you go to sleep and you set the alarm for one of those dumb times, like 4 o'clock or something like that, you know. You can get all cleaned up for school, you'll be fresh, and you go into that class knowing the information right on the tip of your tongue. You go to sleep, the alarm goes off at 4 o'clock. I wish they would make alarms that are pretty. Is your alarm ugly? My alarm goes like, bah, 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 bah. Why don't they make alarm clocks that go like, hey man, hey there, time to get up, man. Are you all right? You know? Now when the alarm goes off, no. The minute the alarm goes off, are you in control or the little voice? Little voice, sure. And it goes, ah, you go, oh. Little voice says, don't be a fool. Nobody in the world's up at this time. What you need to do is just lay back down and get your thoughts together. And you buy it again. You lay back down, the next thing you hear is Mother's Morning Opera. You better get up! You're gonna be late for school! You know? And you're like, what? What? She's like, Mom, what time is it? It's 10 till 8. Oh, no. God. Little voice says, jerk. You're such a lady. And you go right back and say that. Now, you're running, you're grabbing dirty T-shirts, underwear, anything. And when you're in a hurry, I'll bet, and girls, it's worse than guys. When, you're in a hurry, you don't have time to take a shower and clean up. You run through the bathroom, and you look in the mirror, and when you're in a hurry is the night that you always slept on your hair wrong. You got a shelf that comes out here, and a thorn over here, and you're like, oh, God! And you're pushing it down, spraying it with Final Net, You drooled all over yourself. You do. So I'm not into people who are proper. Now, I will tell you what. From right now, I'll start picking out those people for you. I'll start picking out the people who are too good to participate. Those people should never be in a band. They should do something else in their life because they ruin it for everybody. I know exactly what you're thinking. Tim, you would never do that. I love people. Band people are different. I love people who are passionate. Band people are different. You know that feeling you have? Let's talk about marching band. Because I think that's a lot. I know we're in concert band right now, but marching bands, that's the loudest one. It's like, when you go out on the field, and you stand there and they go, and now, it's a festival or a halftime thing, or it's and now, on the starting line. From Houston, Texas. And you're like, that's a great fit because you're like, the band grows, it goes like, except freshmen, you never know what's going on there. Freshmen are always like, what is happening? We did not rehearse this part. And you get an upper class when it says, tighten up. Okay, I'm going to give this away. We're going to find out who, remember I said I'm going to point out that person to you? This is where I get them. Play serious games now, and this is where I get them. I'm going to give this to somebody. We're going to find out who the most secure person in the room is. Now, some of you played Simon Says with me before. I move fast on Simon Says. We're going to get down to 4 or 5 people, get them down here, and somebody's going to win. I don't know how much he's costing more. $10 probably, 9, 10, 5, I don't know, whatever they cost. Somebody's going to win this. Now, I can't play the game unless everybody plays. That's the way band works. If you've got one person holding back, the whole band has to wait for that person. So if somebody in here is too good to play the game, I'll stop the game for everybody. Now, I'm going to explain the game to you. Simon Says. That's the game, okay? Here's the way it works. I'm Simon. You cannot do anything that Simon doesn't say. You have to do everything that Simon says. That's the rules of the game. So I move real fast. Anybody got any questions about the game before I start in? Okay. We're going to move then. And I mean we're going to move. Now, if you don't think for yourself, I'm going to beat you. If this little voice is real loud, I'm going to win just like that. This is the part about where I want you to just to blow it wide open and let it go. Okay, we ready to go? Now the game's officially started right now. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how you're going to lose. You're going to lose because you're going to start worrying about how you look to other people, and you're not going to worry about how you look to yourself. Start taking care of yourself. That's the most important thing. You cannot contribute to band until you got yourself handled. You can't go out there and go, I'm worried about what everybody's going to think. Okay, we're going to move. Now we'll get down to 4 or 5. We'll get them up here and see how good they are. Ready to go? Okay, on your feet. Let's go. Up you go. Let's go. Isn't that remarkable? Do you see those people? Man, they're so good at it because they go like, you know, and I always like it if you stood and the person beside you didn't, right? Because they're going like, you're such a turkey, man. And those people never know what to do because they're always like, don't worry. If you're that easy to beat, I'll give you another chance. Don't worry. I'll get you in. Don't worry. If you're good at it, I'm telling you, anybody can win the game. 4-year-olds win the game. All you got to do is shut this voice down. Shut it down. Just think for yourself. Okay, Simon Says on your feet. Let's go. Now, Simon Says have enough integrity that if you make a mistake, don't lie. Just sit down. There's no big deal to it, okay? Look at everybody. Look at you. I love it when you stand up, how you adjust everything. Girls are always like, Guys is not true. When you sit down, your pants grow up into you, don't they? You're like, oh, God, man. Guys, you're great. I say, oh, guys. Okay, here we go. Let's see how good you are here. Simon Says hands on the hips. Good. Hands on the shoulders. Bye. Simon Says hands on the shoulders. Good. Hands in the air. Bye. Simon Says hands in the air. Simon Says hands on the shoulders. Good. Simon Says hands in the air. In the air. Now, if you messed up, sit down. Oh, this is going to be great. Now, you people, I'm going to talk to the people who are sitting down. You people that are standing, just relax a second, okay? Simon Says relax. Now, you people sitting down, this is exactly what happens in band. They go to work with one part of the band. What does everybody else do? Tell me the truth. Talk. You just shut down. I'm going to tell you, did you notice what happened to your little voice when you lost? You lost, your little voice went, oh, dang it, crap, dang it. If I had another chance, I could win that dang thing. I may get you back in the game. If I can beat all the people standing, I'll put you back in the game. Now, use your head about it. I'm going to beat them on a trick. Learn the tricks. While you're sitting there, don't go off in a coma. Learn the tricks. Plus, there's something else that's real neat about this. You people sitting down have a great opportunity because the people standing have to do anything Simon Says. Let's see how bad they want that shirt. Okay, now let's go here. We'll see how we do. Oh, it's going to be great. Look at them. Okay, here we go. Hands on the hips. Bye. Simon Says hands on the hips. Simon Says hands on the shoulders. Simon Says you must watch Simon. Good. Hands in the air. Bye. Simon Says hands in the air. Simon Says shake your hand. Simon Says shake them. Come on. Stop. Uh-oh. Simon Says stop. Hands on the shoulders. Bye. Simon Says hands on the shoulders. Simon Says hands on the shoulders. Shoulders. Good. Hands on the hips. Simon Says hands on the hips. Simon Says hands on the knees. Simon Says hands on the hips. Simon Says hands on the knees. Good. Hands on the hips. Bye. Simon Says hands on the hips. Good. This is going to be great. What have I got? Simon Says relax. Now, you people sitting down, what you got to get out of this whole time, our short time together now, is that band is a we-us organization. When you take the I-me rules of life, give it to me. What about me? It's mine. I. Give it to me. Mine. I said. I. When you take those rules and try to apply them in band, they don't work. When you make band we-us, when it's a level of cooperation, it works. Just like that. That's the one thing. You can make every band great. All you got to do, cooperation. Okay. I love you too. Did you ever talk to your pillow, you know, like, oh, I love you. The pillow's going, what are you doing? I am a pillow. I can't love you back. I kiss the pillow. You get one of those foam pillows, they're like, woo, 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 woo. Okay, I'll give you all another chance. Simon says on your feet. Let's go for it. Simon says no talking. I know it's this way in your bands all the time. Okay, here we go. Hands on the hips. Bye. Simon says hands on the hips. Simon says hands on the shoulders. Simon says hands on the hips. Simon says hands on the knees. Simon says hands on the hips. Simon says hands on the shoulders. And the little voice going, you're doing real good. You're probably going to win that dang thing. You keep a-watching. Hands in the air. Good. Simon says hands in the air. Hands on the shoulders. Simon says hands on the shoulders. Simon says hands on the shoulders. Good. Hands on the hips. Bye. Simon says hands on the hips. Simon says hands on the knees. Simon says hands on the hips. Good. Hands out front. Bye. Simon says hands out front. Good. Close your hands. Bye. Simon says close your hands. Simon says open your hands. Hands on the shoulders. Bye. Simon says hands on the shoulders. Good. Hands in the air. Bye. Simon says hands in the air. Simon says hands on the shoulders. Good. Hands on the hips. Good. Simon says hands on the hips. Simon says hands on the hips. Good. Hands on the knees. Simon's hands on the knees. Simon's hands on the hips. Simon's hands on the knees. Simon's hands on the hips. Good. Hands on the shoulders. Bye. Simon's hands on the shoulders. Good. Hands in the air. Look at him. Look. I'm going to tell you, I could plug my hairdryer into this room right now. There's enough electricity here. Wonder what that was, if it was anything important. Another cut. Here you go. Ready? Hands on the hips. Hands on the hips. Simon's hands on the hips. Good. Hands on the shoulders. Simon's hands on the shoulders. Simon's hands on the hips. Simon's hands on the shoulders. Good. Hands on the hips. Simon's hands on the hips. Hands on the knees. Simon's hands on the knees. Simon's hands on the hips. Simon's hands on the knees. Looks like the inside of a football huddle, doesn't it? Simon says if you're left, be down here by the count of 5. Simon says go. Simon says 1. Simon says 2. Simon says 3. These guys got pretty good odds down here now. This is going to be great. First name? You're out. Simon didn't ask. Oh! Courtney, how long's it been? I'll tell you what. Last time I saw Courtney must have been 3 years ago, something like that. You have a boyfriend? Simon says, do you have a boyfriend? Yes. We'll get some information here? Good. Sherry, you move over, take that spot right there. Simon says, take that spot right there. Oh, this could be good. Simon says, do you have gum? Simon says, spit. It's no big deal. Now you go, oh! Let's talk about how you kiss. This is nothing. And there's still some good left in here, too. Okay, this is going to be great. Ah. Now, let's see what you're made of. Right now, it always amazes me that you have advice for them. You know, you've lost, but you got advice for them. This is we us. So far, we have all played this game. We're in this game together. If one of them wins, you all have the chance to win. That's the way it is in band. If one of you win, you all win. If one of you loses, you all lose. So let's see what you're made out of. Let's see if you can be, or you go, I didn't get the shirt, and I wanted the shirt. I quit. I quit. I hate people like that. I quit. Good. I didn't want you in here anyways. It's always so tempting to say that. Okay, here we go. We are going to move. I mean move. Hang on. Okay, put your heels together. Simon says heels together, hands on the hips. Simon's hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the shoulders, Simon's hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the shoulders, Simon's hands on the hips. Good. Hands on the knees. Simon's hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the knees. Good. Hands on the shoulders. Close. Simon's hands on the shoulders, hands out front. Simon's hands out front. Good. Close your hands. Simon's close your hands. Good. Hands on the shoulders. Simon's hands on the shoulders, Simon's hands on the shoulders. Good. Hands in the air. Simon's hands in the air, hands on the knees. Simon's hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the knees. Good. Hands on the shoulders. Good. Simon's hands on the shoulders, Simon's hands on the shoulders. Good. Hands in the air. Hands out front. Simon's hands out front. Close your hands. Simon's close your hands. Hands on the knees. Simon's hands on the knees. Simon's hands on the hips. Simon's hands on the knees. Good. Hands on the hips. Good. Simon's hands on the hips. Simon's hands on the hips. Good. Hands on the shoulders. Got to keep up, JP. Good. Hands in the air. Good. Now let's just relax a second. Now they're all going to be good players. And you know one reason they're good players is because all of you right now are playing with them. This whole room really is counting on them. What year in school? Simon says what year? Simon says what year? Simon says what year? Simon says what year? Good. Simon says what school? Simon says what school? Simon says what school? Simon says what school? Okay, let's see what we got. Simon says don't laugh. Help me. Isn't that great? I mean, it's like, here we go. Suppose she'll take that gum back if I give it to her? Here we go. Now, hang on. Simon says if you don't keep up, you're out of the game. We're moving the tempo up. Hands on the knees. Simon's hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the hip, Simon's hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the hip, Simon's hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the hip. Good, hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the hip, hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the knees. Woo! Good, you two trade places. Simon says trade places. It's set up right now, isn't it? How would you like to have the time of your life right now? Here we go. Hands on the hips. Simon's hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the shoulders, Simon's hands out front, Simon's hands on the shoulders, Simon's hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the shoulders. Good, hands on the knees. Good. Simon says over here. That's great. I've played this game with Courtney before. I remember she's one of the best players I ever played with. This is incredible. Why didn't you come out and kick me in the butt and tell me who you were? I can't believe you didn't do that. Walking around looking at me. Here we go. We are going to move. Now hang on. You know what? Are you this quiet in band? No. This is a ding-dong game. Here we go. Let's get our winner. Hands on the hips. Simon's hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the knees, Simon's hands on the shoulders. Good. Hands in the air. Simon's hands in the air, Simon's hands on the knees. Hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the hips, Simon's hands on the knees. Good. Hands on the shoulders. Good. Simon's hands on the shoulders, hands out front. It's incredible. Now let's see what you're made of. So far, in our short relationship together, you've been incredible to me. You've been so kind to me. Relax a second. Simon says, relax. When people really start taking care of themselves, you don't get tricked. Nobody takes advantage of you. She won the shirt. If you'd have won the shirt, you'd be, I won! Yay! You didn't win. She won. Now let's see what you're made of. If you'd have won, you'd have been excited. Can you take that same kind of excitement and generate it to all your friends? That's what I want you to get at the end of the day. I don't want you to walk away going, I know how to be motivated. I want you to walk away going, see, I don't care how much you know. I want to know how much you care. I don't care if you make F's. If you are nice to me, you're my friend, and that'll make a difference. You make straight A's and you're bad to me, I don't want you. Get out. She won the shirt. She is one of us. She's one of the family. Simon says the game's officially over with. Simon says Sherry's the winner. There it is, all done. It's supposed to be about motivation. Somebody said the other day I could have killed him. They said, oh, Tim, you're so lucky. You're motivated. You think I wake up like this? I wake up just like you do. You know, the alarm didn't go off this morning. I went, yay! I get to see 200 kids. Yay! I'm like, yeah, God. So, you clap your hands when I clap my hands. Now, I want to show you about motivation. Motivation always comes after the action. Nobody says, I can't wait to study. I can't wait to do that paper. I can't wait for... You ever notice you feel better at the end of a rehearsal than you do the beginning? You know, beginning it's like, Oh, God, he's going to kill us. At the end of rehearsal, it's like... So you clap your hands, so I clap my hands. Get your hands up. Here you go. Now, don't... There's a whoosh. Now, don't miss it. I mean, you're all band people. This should be real easy. Ready? And. I didn't clap. Now, did you notice your little voice went, "Will you jerk? Make me look like a fool?" Let's go again. Let's go again. My God, look how serious you are. Make me look stupid. Who makes you look stupid? Oh, you. Here we go. Ready? And. Go! Now that's twice. Now the little voice says, "I'm not even putting my hand up again." Did you check the person beside you? Did you screw it up? Last time. It's amazing when you make a mistake, you have, oh. The minute you make a mistake, you advertise it. You know, you're like, "Oh, crap." Put your hands flat. Now, this is going to be hard. Now we'll find out if this morning made any difference. We'll find out if we really shut this little voice down. The more you listen to this, the less fun you'll have. The more you shut this down, the better time you have, the more you'll learn. This is going to be hard for people who are insecure. You remember this kid I talked about? Remember old? Insecure. He had insecure lights going on like that. Close your eyes. Tough to do. Because the minute you close your eyes, the first thing the little voice will say is check, see if everybody else is closed. When you close your eyes, you have to be with yourself. Close them. Don't look at me. The answer's not on my face. And you will find that little voice starts chattering like crazy. You'll open it up. You'll look around. Did my friend close this? Oh, my God, what am I supposed to do? Now, you have to be responsible for yourself. So I want to talk to each of you like we're talking one-to-one. In the last hour and a half that we've had together, if you have not sensed how powerful you can be, and how you can have a great time when you're working hard, then you were more interested in other people than you were yourself. You're more interested in what they think about you than what you think about you, and that's dumb. You get one shot at this. There's a little poem that I always like to share with people, and those of you who know me, I'm going to drag this baby out because I think you're real special to come back and see me again. And this is about band, and this is what the poem says. Now, I'm not a person that's into poetry, but this is so much band, and here's what it says. The poem says, "It's more than you, and it's more than me. No matter what we are, we're still a family." It says, we're not alone anymore. There are others out there. But that dream's big enough for all of us to share. So don't think you're going, because you're not going anywhere. You're staying, and you're taking your share. And if you get afraid, we're all going to be there. Because we're a family. We're like a giant tree branching out towards the sky. It says we're a family. We're so much more than just you and I. We're a family. We're like a giant tree. We're growing stronger and we're growing wiser. But most of all, we're growing free. We sure need you to be part of our family. If you don't have that kind of experience, if you don't have that kind of feeling, then you better look real carefully at what you're investing and why you're investing it. If you don't feel close to the people around you, if you're so interested in how they're going to hurt you and how you have to play defense, those aren't friends. Those are enemies that you call friends. Real friendship is based on letting people be exactly like they are. In real caring friendship, it is not, "I'll love you if." It's, "I'll love you." And when you have to get somebody to change their personality to be your friend, that is no longer friendship. That is manipulation. And if I have to change to be who you want me to be, you're not my friend to start out with. And we all need friends. And one of the things that band does is bring that family together. Oh, I know you got to play the horns, and I know you got to march, and I know you got to go to contest, and I know, and I know, and I know. But most of you won't go on and be professional musicians. But you will always go on to be who you are. Now open your eyes, look right at me, and keep the room just exactly like it is. Don't move it. Just look right here. For an hour and a half, we've had a little love affair going. I want it to be better next hour and a half. This has been way too serious so far. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start clapping. You start clapping with me. Take it to the highest volume level you can get it. I'll cut you off, and we'll be out of here. Let's go. Did I put any limits on what causes volume? Be creative. Let's go! Go! Come on! Come on! Get out of here.